Welcome all to LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for 6th October 2023. Now, let us start with the today's agenda of the day. We'll be covering the editorial section, which is what UAPA sections have been invoked against the NewsClick, which we have taken from the Indian Express. Then we'll talk about some news update coming, which will certainly include the national news, international news, important days, awards and sports. And lastly, we'll discuss about some legal news update. Chale? Let us talk about the editorial section first. What UAPA sections have been invoked against NewsClick? Okay, so let us first understand the NewsClick is a news portal. Okay, so it's a news portal. And what is UAPA? UAPA is Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. Okay, now UAPA is an alternative to a criminal law framework where the general principles of criminal law are reversed. So there are very strict guidelines for the bail. There are more power given to the state. There are relaxing timelines to file a charge sheet from the state. So overall, the UAPA has more powers compared to the Indian Penal Code. It is enacted in 1967 and the UAPA was strengthened by the Congress-led UPA government in 2008 and in 2012. Okay. Now the context of this particular editorial. The Delhi police has sealed the office of news portal, which is the NewsClick, alleging that it has received money from pro-China propaganda. So, an FIR was lodged invoking the UAPA laws for stringent anti-terror law. Now, what were the charges that were imposed on NewsClick? So, the main allegation in the FIR against the NewsClick is that news portal have received an illegal funding from China routed through United States. FIR was lodged under sections UAPA. Among the key provisions invoked is section 16, which prescribes punishment for terrorist act. Okay. Now, section 16 में provision में FIR lodge थी, but section 16 में जो terrorist attack है, उसका explanation section 15 में दिया गया. It defines terrorist act and is punishable with imprisonment for a term of at least 5 years to life. And if the terrorist act results in death, then the punishment is death or imprisonment for life. Now, the provision reads as follows. Whoever does any act with intent to threaten or likely to threaten the unity, integrity, security, or sovereignty of India, or with intent to strike terror or likely to strike terror in the people or any section of the people in India, foreign country. The provision describes either the accused has used the bombs, dynamite, or other explosive substances which have caused death, loss, or damage or destruction to property, or disruption of supplies, services essential to life or community in India, or it has damage to the monetary stability of India by way of production or smuggling or circulation of high quality counterfeit Indian paper currency, coin, or other material. The other provisions were also invoked by the UAPA against NewsClick, which includes section 13, which relates to unlawful activities, section 17, raising fund for terrorist attack, 18, conspiracy, 22, offenses by companies, trust. Okay, so this is all about the terror charges which were imposed on NewsClick and which were imposed under the UAPA Act. So we understood what is UAPA. We understood who was the NewsClick and what are the terror charges. Now, the test of denying bail under UAPA is that the court must be satisfied that there is a prima facie case exists against the accused. In the 2019, the Supreme Court has narrowly termed the prima facie case as the court will not analyze the evidence. The court will not analyze the circumstances, but it will look at the totality of the case presented by the state. Okay. In the case of NIA versus Zahoor Ahmad Watali, The Supreme Court read the bail provisions very strictly, holding that the court must only be satisfied that a prima facie case can be made out to deny bail and not consider the merit or the admissibility of the evidence. Okay. Now, Section 43D subclause 5 reads as, notwithstanding anything in this code, if in the custody, the accused of an offence, if in the custody be released on bail or on his bond, unless the public prosecutor has been given an opportunity of being heard. So, under UAPA, there are very stringent bail provisions in which the state was given more power as compared to the IPC, and to establish to deny the bail. The test of denying the bail is a prima facie case, and in that prima facie case, the court will not analyze the evidence or circumstances. It will look at the totality of the case presented by the state. So this was all about the editorial session of today's particular TNA, where we talked about UAPA and the development. Whatever happens in this particular case, we'll keep you updated in the following TNA. Now, coming up to the national news of the day, IndusInd Bank launches digital banking app, aims 10 million customers in 3 years. Now, the application name is INDIE, that is Indi, setting a target to onboard 10 million customers within the next 3 years. Who is the MD and CEO of IndusInd Bank? Sumant Katpalia highlighted the app's pivotal role in boosting the bank customer base from 33 million to a projected of 45 million. Now, Indi also offers a digital saving account with interest rate of up to 6.75% and FD promising return as high as 7.85%. So here in this particular news, you need to remember the application name, that is Indi. Okay. Now, ICC names Sachin Tendulkar as Global Ambassador for ODI World Cup 2023. So World Cup started on 5th October, ending on 9th November. For that particular thing, Sachin Tendulkar has been named as the Global Ambassador for Cricket World Cup 2023, which began in Ahmedabad. Now, ICC Men's World Cup, it is commenced on 5th with defending champions England facing off against New Zealand at Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. Now, do tell me in the comment box कि first match of 5th October को हुआ था, who won the match? Who won the match? England versus New Zealand का वो match था. A total of 48 matches will be played across 10 venues, concluding with a final on 19th November in the world's largest cricket stadium. Okay? Chaliye. Coming up to the next national news, Project Kusha has received approval. Now, what is Project Kusha? The Project Kusha has been, and Indian Air Force is working on various Make in India projects as a part of indigenization efforts in the defense sector. The aim is to develop a fighter aircraft manufacturing ecosystem in the domestic industry and support the country's goal of achieving a $5 trillion economy. Okay, so the aim is to develop a fighter aircraft manufacturing ecosystem. Now, the Defense Ministry recently cleared the Project Kusha on the Indian Air Force, under which it is going to get 5 units of long-range surface-to-air missile. Coming up to the next national news of the day, Asian Games 2023, Annu Rani wins gold in women's javelin throw. India's Annu Rani made history on Tuesday as she clinched the gold medal for the country in the women's javelin throw final at Asian Games 2023 in Hangzhou. Okay? China continues to lead the list of Japan and Republic of Korea. Medal tally as on 6th October 2023, we have achieved 90 medals, out of which 21 gold, 33 silver, and 36 bronze. Now, to know all the Indian medal winners in Hangzhou and get medal table live updates. So, India Annu Rani wins gold medal in women's javelin throw. Next national news, MGR Chennai Central Railway Station get IGBC, that is Indian Green Building Council Platinum Shield. Now, Southern Railway General Manager R.N. Singh received the shield from IGBC Chairman Ajit Kumar Chaudia on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti on Monday. The Platinum Shield is the highest rating given for maintaining environmental standards and for offering eco-friendly services. So MGR Chennai Central Railway Station get IGBC Platinum Shield. Coming up to the next national news, 50 lakh street vendors covered under PM SVANidhi Scheme. Prime Minister Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi Scheme, an initiative under the Ministry of Urban and Housing Affairs, has achieved milestone by extending its support to more than 50 lakh street vendors across the nation. The scheme has been instrumental in bringing them into formal economic fold, presenting fresh avenues for upward mobility. This particular scheme was started on July 1st, 2023, a campaign which was launched. Now, the collective endeavor resulted in distribution of remarkable 65 lakh loans, benefited about 50 lakh street vendors. Now, let us understand what the scheme is all about. It was launched on 1st June 2020, is a micro credit scheme for urban street vendors that aims to provide collateral-free working capital loan of up to rupees 50,000. तो दो चीजें लॉन्च करने वाली है. It was launched on 1st June 2020 and it has provided a working capital loan of rupees 50,000. Under this scheme, a regular repayment are incentivized with 7% interest subsidy and digital transactions are rewarded with cashback up to 1,200 per year. So PM SVANidhi Scheme for street vendors. International news, Nobel Prize in Chemistry 2023. We are on regular basis declaring the Nobel Prize winners in our TNAs. So do watch our past two TNAs as well for physics and medicine. For the discovery and synthesis of quantum dots, the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences has decided to award the Nobel Prize of Chemistry to Mongi G. Bawendi, Louis E. Bruce, and Alexei E. Ikomov. Now, this rewards the discovery and development of quantum dots, nanoparticles, so tiny that their size determines their property. So, Nobel Prize in Chemistry for 2023. FIFA World Cup 2030 to be jointly hosted by Morocco, Spain, and Portugal. So, the name of the host has been declared by the FIFA Football World Cup. Morocco, Spain, and Portugal, while Uruguay, Argentina, and Prague will host the opening matches to mark the tournament centenary. The inaugural World Cup in 1930 was held in Uruguay and won by the host. Now, the 2022 World Cup was held in Qatar. Argentina are the defending championship. 2034 World Cup will be held in Asia or Oceania region with member associations from those territories invited to bid to host the tournament. Now, NASA's missions to study metal-rich asteroid to launch on October 12. So, NASA is an American space agency, is planning to send a high-tech spacecraft Psyche to an asteroid for a same name 16 Psyche. The mission will launch on 12th October when NASA's spacecraft will travel 2.2 billion miles from NASA Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Okay, it is in collaboration of NASA and Arizona State University. The principal investigator of the mission is Lindy Elkins Stanton, is based at ASU. Okay, so it's a new mission to study metal-rich asteroid. The legal update coming from the Allahabad High Court in the case of Smriti Singh alias Mausami Singh and 3 others was a state of UP and another. Hindu marriage not solemnized unless Saptapadi ceremony, that is Saat Phere, performed between the parties. The Allahabad High Court has observed that Hindu marriage cannot be solemnized unless the Saptapadi ceremony, that is, the 7 steps taken by the bridegroom and the bride jointly before the sacred fire, and other rituals has been performed. Now, the bench of Justice Sanjay Kumar Singh allowed a petition filed by one Smriti Singh challenging the entire proceeding of a complaint filed against her by her husband under Section 494 bigamy and 109 punishment for abatement. Now, the court observed that it is a settled that in connection with a marriage, the word solemnized means to celebrate the marriage with proper ceremonies and in due form. The court observed unless the marriage is celebrated or performed with proper ceremonies and due form, it cannot be said to be solemnized. The court was also viewed that to constitute an offense for 494, that is bigamy, it is necessary that the second marriage should have been celebrated with proper ceremonies and in due form. So, Saptapadi ceremony must be performed between the parties. Now, that's all for the today's news update and the TNA. I really want to tell you that we are bringing on daily basis quiz link, which is mentioned in the description of this particular TNA. The link is of the previous TNA so that you can revise the news correctly. So do attempt that particular quiz, which will benefit you for clearing your competitive exam. Thank you for watching and take care.